Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and I'm joined by Megoobuh, who's right over there on my screen.
I
And
can't believe you actually say it right.
you got to do it. That's how it's pronounced.
I'm proud of you.
I'm learning. I think I said it right last time as well, but we'll.
I think you did, yeah.
And we are here to talk all things outright games. This is our show, the OG show. We are an unofficial outright games focused podcast. Once a month, we come and we talk about the games we've been playing, the games that are coming, the news, and all those good things, outright games. And there's a lot to talk about. They've been coming at us full force this last month of outright games. Not,
Yeah.
it's not like
As
we
if
scheduled it all and then they just went, no.
like the end of Q3 and all of Q4 aren't crazy enough with all the AAA releases. And then OG's like, here, have some more.
That's
Add to your
it.
backlog that you're not gonna get through.
That's it. That's it. And it's just crazy. People don't realize. I think Outright have put out what 4 games in the last month. Published 3 or 4.
Uh
There was Baby Shark,
Baby Shark.
Midnight, Rainbow High, Paw Patrol, and I think there was another one before Baby Shark, wasn't there, at the beginning of the month? Or am I?
I feel like there definitely was.
There's been
Or
so
was that when
many,
they announced Bluey?
and that's officially been announced now. Look, Bluey's here.
Yeah.
We're getting a Bluey game
Yeah.
as well. That's next month. This month? Next month.
No, November.
November next. So probably when most people are watching it, it'll be the next month because, like I say, it's the last day of September here. Just about to go in a spooky season for those people
October.
who haven't already got their decorations up like my good self in my house. But
Whoop. Just felt
yeah,
my phone go off. Let me mute that.
but yeah,
Maybe.
we are live this time. Last time it was pre-recorded, so we trimmed it a bit. So this time it's a bit more raw. Live.
Just gonna roll with the punches.
That's it. But as Outright Games ambassadors, we like to talk about Outright Games products, games, and yeah. So this time, this is episode 2. You can go back and watch episode 1, but this time we were focusing specifically on some great games for kids for like their first time gaming experiences, and we've picked a couple out that we're gonna talk about. Some classics here. So, like this, one of them was Game of the Year a couple of years ago when it released. The other one will bore into your brain, and you will never forget the songs from it as well. So yeah, the first one we're going to talk about, we'll talk about Peppa Pig first because it's the oldest one. So
Okay.
this was called My Friend Peppa Pig, and there's now been a sequel out where Peppa Pig goes on tour around the world. It's great. It's even got like a tribute to the Queen who died. I thought that was amazing because like
Spoiler, I haven't played that one
oh,
yet.
it was there's a like a TV movie or something like or there was over here where they like go to London and meet the Queen, and you basically play
Aw.
that entire episode out in the game, and then after you finish
Oh,
that
that's actually really
section, it's
cute.
like in memory and on like a black screen with, but not the real picture of the Queen, but the Peppa Pig picture of the Queen.
The
It's
Peppa Queen.
amazing, yeah, the Peppa Queen.
Oh, that's really cute.
So that's the newest one, but the original one came out. Ooh, it came out in October 2021, so it's almost 2 years old now. And
Wow, I would have said 2018. I don't know. I don't know why.
there's, I don't think there's been
Why?
a proper full like console Peppa Pig game before. Till I know there was like DS games. There were like mini games, but this was like the first proper one, and it came to everything. It was on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Steam, PS4, and then obviously they've done next gen versions for Xbox Series X and
Yeah.
S and
And it's on Game
PS5.
Pass.
It was, I don't know if it still is, but it was at the time.
Okay, that's how I played it through Game Pass.
Yeah,
Even though I could have, gotten it with OG.
and I'm sure it's also at a time it was on the long forgotten Stadia system as well. So it was
R.I.P.
everywhere. So yeah, this is a game where you basically play as Peppa Pig, as friend. Play as Peppa Pig's friend. You get to create your own Peppa Pig character, and then you go off and basically have fun with Peppa Pig. So we've both played this. I'm not gonna lie, I played this before I was an ambassador, and I played it on Game Pass to get the achievements. And then I think I won a copy on Twitter, so I let my kids. So my kids could play it when they want it. My daughter played quite a bit of it. She's not huge into games, so having like a
She's
simpler
young
game to
though.
play.
It's okay.
Yeah, she's 7, heading on 8. So
Oh, okay.
she doesn't. It's like she plays Minecraft and stuff now, but at the time she was what, 5, heading on 6.
Ish.
So it was like getting used to like the controllers and the buttons. So whereas it's quite simple and straightforward, she was quite happy about that. So I mean, tell us about what you thought of it, because obviously you've probably played it.
Yeah, I played it like 2 months ago because I did the same thing. I just wanted the achievements, that easy 1000. Um, Going back to what you said about the character customization, considering how simple the game is, I loved how many options we had to edit our characters with. I think I spent probably like a solid 10 minutes just creating my character. I think I wound up going with the fox or wolf or whatever it was. But
Yes.
is it sad when I say now I love OG. You know that. I had more fun creating the character than I did playing the game.
No comment. It's not aimed at us. I don't.
It's not, it's not.
I never want to complain about a game that's aimed at like preschool children,
Yeah.
because I am not the target audience. My kids unfortunately were still a bit too old for it when it came out, because like I'm gutted. Like OG keep pumping out all these tiny games like Bluey,
Yes.
all these other stuff. They all came out literally just after my kids got out of whatever, like at the age they'd want to
Oh,
play them and stuff. So they still play them, but they're like they're just on the sort of edge of going up to the next thing now.
right.
I'm looking forward to Bluey, but my friend Peppa Pig, yes, it wasn't a game for me. I played it; it was simple, and my daughter loved it. Like she thought it was great, and it is just like playing an episode of the game. Like it
Yeah.
looks the same, it plays the same, everything looks the same. In terms of graphics, they've done a really good job with it. They've got the actual voice cast and stuff like that, and but for an adult and maybe older kids, the gameplay is rather shallow in terms of what's on offer.
Yeah. I mean, I get 100% it was meant for kids. Like that's what all of OG's games are. Um, the one thing because I never saw the show before. Because I don't have kids, so there's no point in me watching the show. It's a little weird. So I definitely see how it like played out. It kind of reminded me a lot like Dora, like how Dora's like, "Can you find the map or can you
Yes.
find this?" And Peppa's like, "Let's do this." And you have to figure it out. But the one thing I have to praise Peppa Pig for is its accessibility.
Yeah.
99% of the time, you're either just going left or right and maybe hitting one button. And for somebody who has mobility issues or maybe has, other issues happening, this is a perfect game for them.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. It's very simple. And I think you're right. I think there was literally, I think you press A or X and you move
Yeah.
left and right. And it's very instructional about how to play, what to
Yeah.
do, where you've got
Very
to go.
tutorial heavy.
Yes. My only complaint, and my daughter said the same thing, it repeats itself over and over and over again. Like if you don't do it, it will keep telling you till you do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Like put that thing in the bucket. Put that thing in the bucket. Or if you talk to someone, they just say the same like line
Yeah.
over and over. And it's not the end of the world. Like it's a kids game. I understand that.
Yeah.
But my daughter
But maybe they
mentioned
could have
it, so you could have made
recorded a few variations of the line. Like put it
yes.
in the bucket or hey, that goes in the bucket. Like something
Yeah.
along those lines.
But for the terms of a game, your kids are gonna love it. If your kid loves Peppa Pig, they are gonna love this game. Like you literally live in a Peppa Pig episode. You go on
Yeah.
adventures, you go to like the beach, you go into the house, you can see Grandpa Pig and Grandma Pig. You go to the museum and stuff like that.
The museum was cool with that like little roller coaster ride.
And then
That
you're
was
bouncing on the
kind of
moon at the
cool.
end.
Yeah, and then I liked the hot air balloon, how you got to actually control how high or low it got in the sky, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. It's simple but good fun, basically. So you can't complain. Like I say, my daughter, who has struggled in the past with like in-depth controls, like when you've too
Yeah.
much to do, got straight into it. And that's something I would also say is the same for the Rainbow High game. She's recently played that, and that's a bit more in depth, but it feels very similar. Like that, it's very tutorial heavy and stuff. And she was able to play it without me needing to help her every sort of 2 minutes, which is great.
Right.
I don't mind helping her. I'll sit there play with her, but it's great when she can just pick a pad up and play a game. And she did that with Peppa Pig, and she's done it with the new game as well, Rainbow High.
I need to play Rainbow High. I'm probably gonna maybe save that for like after the holidays because October, November, December between OG and my AAA titles booked solid.
Yeah,
Plus
oh, it's
holidays and
packed.
vacations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's absolutely packed. Big shout out to Meisuko and Thimba for tuning in live and being in the chat. Thank you very much for
Hi guys.
watching. Are you guys into Peppa Pig lore? No, I'm not gonna lie. Thimba, right? My kids used to love Peppa Pig. I'm so glad they don't now. Like they've moved on to Bluey, which I think is one of the best TV shows ever made for kids and adults alike. We were even watching it together as a family earlier today. But Peppa Pig lore, I'm not sure what the lore is really, unless it's like some weird fan fiction like Meisuko says in chat. But we probably don't want that on this sort of show.
No.
Um,
I didn't hear about Peppa Pig until about 2 years ago.
I read somewhere that it was Americans were complaining because their kids were starting to talk with like funny Peppa Pig British accents because they were watching it so much on telly. Whether that's true or not, that was in the news over here once. So
I'm gonna have to ask my friend has her daughter's turning 6 tomorrow, so she would have been about 4 years old or 3 years old when the first game came out. I'm gonna have to ask her if she did that. I know
yeah,
she was like big into Bluey. I don't know if she was ever into Peppa Pig,
it
but
must
I'm gonna
happen
ask.
though because my daughter watched. It was these two white rabbits. One of them's like,
Oh, I know the one you're talking. I can't remember the
and
name
it's
of
got
it,
like
but
a
I know
little
what you're talking
brother
about.
rabbit who makes this annoying sound, and my
Yeah.
daughter started making it, and we had to ban her from watching it because it was driving me mad. But also, we've picked up and we do use a whole host of words from Bluey, like Dunny.
Yeah.
We've started calling the toilet the Dunny and stuff because it's funny, and it's just so it happens. So
I mean, it's the same. I'm that type of person where, regardless of where I go on vacation or if I talk to somebody, like talking to you, when we get off, I might have a slight British accent for a little bit. When I go see like my friends down south, I'll come back with a slight southern twang. I just kind of adapt
yeah,
my
exactly.
accent. But yet, when I get really angry, my northern New Jersey / New York accent, like Brooklyn style accent, comes out. So it's very weird how we adapt our like how our verbiage to our
Yeah, it's true.
surroundings.
Fimba says apparently Peppa Pig had a second brother. I've never known him to have a second brother. So
I'm gonna have to look up on this.
yeah, this is gonna be one of those weird YouTube things, isn't it? But
Peppa Pig 3: The Case of the Missing Brother.
that's I know the Lion King it had a change because they put a book out where he had a brother, and then they brought the film
Yeah.
out and it was a girl, and so they changed it. But never Peppa Pig. But for anyone who does want to play the game, it is still available. You are correct, on Xbox Game Pass, so you can get that with an Xbox Game Pass or a Game Pass Ultimate subscription, or PC Game Pass. It's also on PC Game Pass as well. Now, it's priced at $34.99 in the UK. Let me just tell you what the US price is.
I know you can get a physical copy for like $20 here.
Yeah, we have a shop called Smith's Toys, and
Okay.
they like a big toy shop, and they do physical, and they always have the OG games, like various ones on sale all the time. They've literally got some on sale at the moment. If I didn't have them digitally, I would pick them up physically for my kids. I bought a ton of them in the past before I was an ambassador for Christmas from Smiths. They're really good for OG. But
Yeah.
digitally, it's $39.99, $34.99 British pounds. Now, obviously, there are enhancements as well. So PS5 enhancements include DualSense controller and activity card support, as well as faster loading times, a quality mode which improves the graphics with native 4K, and it has a performance mode which allows the game to run at 60 FPS at 180 at 1080p
That's what
resolution.
everybody wants.
And they have
4K Peppa
that's
Pig.
it. And then on the Series X and S, you obviously have your faster load times, quick resume, performance mode exactly the same, and a quality mode with native 4K in the quality mode as well, which is nice, but on Series X. So yeah, that's one of the better games for kids that I think we can both agree on.
Now this other game, I don't know how good we're gonna agree on this one.
Let me get it up. I've got it on the. Hang on, ready? Boom! There we go. And this is new as well. Like this came out 2-3 weeks ago. This is
Yeah.
Baby Shark Sing or Swim Party.
More like sink or swim.
Did you not like this one?
I didn't finish it. Does that answer your question?
Oh, shame. That woman in
I
Game of Thrones with the bell.
I
Shame.
talked to because I remember we talked the weekend it came out, and I said that night I was going to get to level 20 and then call it a night. I think I stopped at level 17 and I never went back.
This is another one that it depends on if you like Baby Shark or not. Like, if you
I do
like
have
the
some
Baby Shark
phrasing on
songs,
it.
yes. If you like the Baby Shark songs, though, you're in for a treat.
Yes.
If you don't like Baby Shark songs, you find them like mind-numbing or they're gonna melt your brain. This game ain't gonna change your mind, unfortunately. So go on then, tell me what you thought of it, and then I'll come in with my rebuttal, but
Well,
it won't be a rebuttal as such. But
the first time I actually did this and my knuckles actually cracked, so I feel a little powerful right now. No, so I do like the Baby Shark games. I'm sorry, the Baby Shark songs. I didn't mind the songs. Actually, one of my favorite levels was where it was Baby Shark crossed with Despacito, which is something I never thought I ever wanted to hear, but now I want to rehear it. But my huge issue, it wasn't even the whole issue of like trying to get to wherever they were going. It was the repetition.
yeah, there is a
That's
lot
what
of
it killed me.
repetition in this game because you basically have two different things you have to do per song, don't you? So you play the same song as such twice. There's I would say Baby's first Guitar
Song?
Hero rhythm game. Baby's first rhythm game. And then
Baby
there's
Hero.
basically what you're seeing on screen right now, which I think is the better mode, which is you have to collect like stars while avoiding sea creatures. There's like I say wind, but it's not. It can't be wind because you're underwater. But like current, I'd say maybe.
Yeah, that works.
And you have like rocks coming at you and stuff, and you have to collect things.
Anchors.
Yeah. And then the other mode is basically you press one of four buttons like A, B, X, or Y, or X triangle, square, circle, and maybe hold them down at times in a like rhythm game format. And that is the majority of the game. Now, fair play to it. There's a lot of content. Like I say, I think there's like 30 songs in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So you get in what 60 all in because you're playing them twice. So imagine how long a song takes, a couple of minutes.
I think it's a shorter version of the song. It's not the entire song.
Right.
I don't think.
But still,
I think maybe it's
there
like
is a lot
minute
to
and
it.
a half. Yeah, there is.
It's definitely a short burst game, though.
I honestly felt like it was going on and on and on. It felt, even the 17 levels I played, felt too long. Every time I'm like, oh, okay, I think I beat it, because we know OG games are relatively short usually. I was like, oh, okay, I beat it. Oh no, you gotta do it again. Oh, okay, I beat it. You gotta do this. I'm like, click, 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 move, 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 click, click, click. Like
Yeah.
I was getting a little tedious.
Yeah.
But the
So
songs were catchy. The songs were
yeah,
very catchy.
the presentation's great though. Like the songs are good.
Yes.
It looks just like the video, and I'm not a big Baby Shark fan. I don't play it on YouTube, when my kids used to play it and sing it at school. But it looks just like it. They've got the voice actors. I'd assume they sound the same,
I think either all or almost all.
and the environments look great. And the gameplay itself takes place across 7 different environments, and each of them is varied in like how they look. There's also like the whole family, so you can literally play as all 5 members of the family. You got Baby Shark, Mummy, Daddy, Grandma, and Grandpa, and you can
Grandpa.
play it up to 4-player co-op locally. So you're all on the same screen at the same time, which is a nice little touch if you want to play with
Yes.
kids. It also means though, if you're playing with little kids who aren't that great at getting it in time and collecting everything, you can pick up the slack and get it all and still pass the levels, and you don't have to worry about what they do really, which is pretty decent. I feel like it doesn't make it
Yeah.
harder the more players you have.
But also, you forgot when you were talking about the characters, you as you're playing the levels, you collect like unlock new features, so you can start dressing up your shark.
Yeah, so there's costumes, there's unlockable costumes, there's collectibles in each level as well, and there's stickers you get for when you get 3 stars. You get so many random stickers, and you can fill up a sticker book by collecting all of them. But it's like randomly generated, so you could end up playing the same level over and over and over to try and get a certain sticker. But like I said, it does get harder as it goes along, and there is
Yeah.
also like an encore mode. And weirdly, like this game is clearly aimed at young kids, like young kids. But then
Oh,
they've
yeah.
made encore mode, which is like extremely difficult. Like it takes a lot of skill to complete encore mode, 3-star everything.
The base game is hard enough on the levels where you're like weaving and bobbing through the, I guess, like the
To
path.
get the 3 stars, yeah,
Um,
to just finish it's not too bad.
no, to finish it is easy, but if you are a completionist,
Yes.
that's where the hard part comes in.
Yeah, they did a thing on the ambassadors Discord. Who would be first to finish encore mode? It wasn't me. I didn't want to keep going that
Yeah.
far.
Did anybody actually?
Someone
I know
apparently
somebody
did.
finished. Really? You know what? I think I know who did it.
I'm not sure,
There's somebody I'm friends with on the server that he is a diehard like platinum chaser or a trophy hunter. So I think it was him. I'm gonna have to ask him.
yeah, fair play to him though. Like whoever
Yeah.
did it, you've got more like steel. My only problem, and this is the same thing that I've had, I had to play it in a certain time period because the week after there was Rainbow High, and then there was Paw
Yeah.
Patrol, and now there's going to be Transformers, I think, next week. And then we've got Grinch in a couple of weeks after that, and it's just like, oh, and then we've got Bluey, and I'm like, oh no, and then I've got everything else, and I've got Assassin's Creed and stuff, and it's like, but
Spider-Man.
I'm not getting it day one. I'm sorry. I'll get it.
What?
I haven't finished Miles yet. I've got to finish Miles.
You have 3 weeks to finish Miles.
I know, but
Miles is like a 9-hour game.
Yeah, but if you saw my backlog for, I was just talking about this on the main podcast I do. I have a backlog for streaming and reviews that is in the many double digits of like I have to get content made for them. So
Okay, so when I post Spider-Man stuff, if you get spoiled, that's not my fault.
oh, I'm not bothered. I have no Spider-Man and superhero stuff doesn't really bother me because it all takes from the comics that, and I've read a lot of them, and they're all very. It's just superheroes. The bad guy will do something. I'm not bothered. I can live with that. There's very rarely a game where I get upset when someone spoils it. The last time I really got spoiled and I got really upset was for the first Walking Dead game on how it ended and what happened to the main character. Someone told me when I'd played all the other episodes, and I was literally that night going to play the last episode. Someone told me what happened, and I was very fuming.
Oh man, that's.
and I never
I still
finished it
cried
for
that
years.
ending.
I know it took me. I just lost all interest. So I've
Well, rightfully
recently
so.
rebought the the bundle with all of them in the
The
Telltale.
definitive
Yeah,
edition.
I'm going to
Yeah.
replay them again because I've played them all, but I
Yes.
want to play them all again just because they just look that much nicer. But getting off Walking Dead and back to Baby
Yeah.
Shark.
We are big Walking Dead fans here, so it's easy to get sidetracked.
Yes, yeah, can't wait for that new one. That's another thing that's coming soon. In that next month or the month after, it just
November
never ends.
17th.
Exactly.
Same day as Bluey.
Oh, I can fit them both in the same day. Bluey by day, Walking Dead by night.
I'm so excited.
But Baby Shark is available on all consoles. It's on Steam, it's on Xbox, on PlayStation, it's on Nintendo Switch. Now, it is priced on Xbox at $34.99, $39.99 US dollars. I'm assuming that's the same on pretty much all platforms digitally. On Xbox, it isn't part of Game Pass, so you will have to purchase it. But it does look like it has Play Anywhere because it says it's playable on PC on the Xbox Store.
I
So
love that.
Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. And it does say it's optimized for Series X and S, but it doesn't have a full Xbox Series X and S release yet. They tend to come sort of like 3 to 6 months after release. So it wouldn't surprise me if we get some sort of updated release in the future. But if your kids,
DLC, imagine.
this game is made for DLC though, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
more songs, more tie-ins.
Like I said, Despacito. I was not expecting that, and that's my favorite song so far on there.
It's just weird, isn't it? There's some of the tie-ins and stuff they've done, and the songs are good. Like I say, you can go back and play the songs separately as well. Like you don't just have to play the story mode. You've got you can play the songs freely once you've unlocked them and stuff like that, which is nice. So it's a fun little game. If you've got a kid that loves the music, or you just want something simple, or a game you can play as a family, like say you can play this up to 4 players, then this is another one that I would recommend for younger kids or people that just like Baby Shark songs. Do you concur with that?
I mean, no, we kind of have a good difference of opinions here because you have the game, you have the with the outright games, you can play with your kids. I don't have kids, so I'm focusing on like a single player perspective. You're focusing on like the family perspective.
Yeah,
so
I mean, singly, I wouldn't play this for long. Like it's very repetitive for an adult. Kids may get a bit more out of it, but it may be one of those games they pick up and play like a couple of songs at a time for like half an hour, 20 minutes, and then they come back and play it again. I couldn't see them sitting and playing it for 3 hours straight or anything like that. But being able to play something with my kids up to 4 players is always nice. Like having a family, it's nice then all 4 of us can play together and not one of us or 2 of us. That's the problem I've got. Like my kids like Minecraft, but you struggle sometimes to play 4-player without having multiple accounts and stuff like that, and it makes the screen really small. Or they've got it on Switch, but I've got it on Xbox, but because my Switch is linked to my Xbox account, they can't play at the same time as you play on Xbox.
Yeah. They don't make it easy.
No, and this game is very simple in that aspect. So, and even like I say, as you can see here, I'm getting hit by everything. I'm not doing particularly great, but it doesn't matter. I still got 3 stars. It's not like it doesn't punish you for not being perfect, which is great as well. So,
but if you're a completionist, you're going to get mad at yourself and then replay the level.
Yes, that as well. Yeah. But it's another sort of straightforward 1,000 gamer score for people out there. So, what can I say? What can I say? If you're a dirty gamer score hunter like myself, you'll end up playing this. I did.
I can't go through with finishing it though. I'm gonna let that one sit to the wayside.
Until you look at your gamer score and you're like, I need to get that last bit.
Not with that game. No. Look, I have played on PlayStation, I have played the jumping taco, the jumping
I nearly got the jumping taco for a review one day.
Yes.
I was going to do it just to see. So
I paid
maybe
50
it'll happen.
cents for it just to hold X and watch it bounce 500 times for that platinum. I am not proud of it. My friends make fun of me for it. But I got that platinum.
I also played that Avatar game where you can get the full 1000 gamer score in the tutorial level.
Wait, you can. Wait, is that backwards compatible? Because if so, I'll do
Yeah,
it right now.
it's on the 360 360 game. You can buy it digitally on, or you can play it digitally on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. And literally
I
all
will do
you
that.
do is you stand in a corner in the tutorial and press attack about 40 times, one button, and before the end of the tutorial, you've got 1000 gamer score. It's fantastic.
I'll do it.
I'm not ashamed. Like I say, I'm on like 800 odd thousand. I'm trying to go for the million at some point, but I've had a break from Gamerscore for a while, but I'm getting that itch to maybe go and get the 1000, the 1 million.
Yeah,
So
you have to. See, because I play on both Xbox and PlayStation, my time is split. But I like PlayStation because you actually get the trophy out of it.
I'm not bothered about that. I don't see the point. You've got a full 1000 Gamerscore. That's all I need. I don't need an
I know,
extra
but
one.
seeing the shiny trophy is just so nice.
Xbox are about doing something like that, so I bet they will
Yeah, they've
eventually.
talked about it for a long time, and Nintendo needs to get on that because
Oh, I
I
hope
think that's one of
Nintendo
the
don't.
reasons
Do you know what? I love playing Nintendo games and not having to worry about achievements. I just play, and I don't care if I'm not playing well. If I play an Xbox game for like 2 hours and I don't get much, I feel like I'm like either this game's rubbish, it's too long, or I'm rubbish. Whereas on Nintendo, I can play for days or not, and I don't worry. I just play the game and I enjoy it. So
See, if I'm gonna have a choice to get a game, I'm gonna buy it on Xbox or PlayStation because of the achievements and trophies. But so I mainly get like console exclusives for Switch unless it's a game that I really love and I want to play it while I travel.
yeah,
Like Jumanji, I had a coupon, so I got it on Switch because I'm going on vacation. I leave for vacation the day Jumanji World Adventure comes out. And I don't think I'm
when's
gonna get to play it on vacation, so I'm gonna play the old one just to hold me over.
when is Jumanji 2 out?
November 3rd.
That's just hey, another one, another one.
Yeah,
We have to.
I'm really
Maybe
excited
we
for
can
that
do a
one.
double barrel Jumanji, like a 2 part, like both of them can be Jumanji. That's a good idea.
Mm.
We'll have to see. Um, but yeah, so there are two sort of picks for this episode, like our spotlight games that we've chosen to talk about. There are so many other outright games that you could possibly have for for your kids. There's loads, and there's more to come. Like I say, they've literally just released Paw Patrol World, what you can see
Yes.
right here. I live streamed this the day it came out on Switch. It's all right. It's the best Paw Patrol game I've played from Outright Games. It's free roam as such. You have 4 like open world areas. There's Adventure Bay, there's the jungle and stuff like that, Barkenberg, and you can sort of freely walk around, drive around the environments. There's a story like quest line in each that follows on, and there's side quests and collectibles to find as well. It's like I don't want to say GTA, but in the terms of like you can drive around, pick up quests, and do side quests and stuff. It has the same sort of style to that, but it's aimed at kids. It's simple to run and it's co-op as well. You can play it 2-player. So if
I
you're
got a question
interested,
for you because
yes,
I have it downloaded, but I'm playing it tonight. During the levels, when you're playing as one of the dogs or one of the, do you
yes,
actually hear their voices during? Okay, because that was my biggest complaint in the past games.
I am sure if I remember correctly, they all talk. Now it's a little repetitive. What they don't say all the names. They sort of have this when you're playing. They have sort of repetitive lines at times, like for generic
Yeah.
things. But the whole voice cast is here. Everyone's here. Like I say, if you're watching the podcast live, you can see like there's cut scenes and stuff where they're talking and interacting. And it's not just the main characters. There's even the characters in the town you talk to and stuff like that. Yeah, it's good. They've got the proper voice cast or the current voice cast, and all of the original sort of OG pups can be played. It says every pup, but you don't get the one from the film. Like that Liberty, is it? That I can't remember. I'm sure it's called Liberty from the first movie, and a couple of others like the later additions aren't in, but the main cast is there, and you can play as them all. And you sort of swap with them on the fly with a press of a button and you need to have certain ones active to do certain things. So like rubble, you need to have rubble out to move something and stuff like that. So playing it 2 players because you can both play different characters at once, so it saves you having to flick between
like the Lego
them.
games.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And you can switch characters like the Lego games, and there's also unlockable costumes and stickers for your cars and stuff like that. So there is reasons to go looking and like going off the beaten path and stuff and having a look round. So
I love doing that.
My only complaint, and it's not a big complaint, the driving is just like forward, back, left, and right on the analog stick to go forward, back, left, or right. I wish they'd used the controls like off the car, the like Paw Patrol Grand Prix game with the accelerators.
Yeah.
That's all I would. That's my only main complaint is it gets every now and again it's a bit clunky with the driving because you're like using the thumbstick to drive, whereas I like to accelerate and brake, and I keep getting But other than that, and I kept pressing one button and I kept opening up the menu, but that's just me being silly. But I would recommend
driving in Fortnite.
Well, you should see me on the screen right now watching the video. I'm terrible.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and watch.
The camera is set to auto follow, so like it turns on its own. I recommend going into the menu. I didn't realize this. Someone told me like halfway through the stream, and it changed my game. And you can set it to manual camera, where you can turn the camera around. Little kids probably don't care, and it's probably so much easier for them having the auto camera. But as someone who plays games, I'm always trying to look around. So having the use the right stick to turn your camera, use it in the settings, it's great. But yeah, I played this on Switch. I'm going to play it on Xbox just to get the achievements as well and play it with my kids and stuff like that. So fun little game, looks nice, looks like the TV show. It's nice seeing the whole sort of town realized in 3D and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, like I said, a lot of the outright games have been very, like, for the last month or so, have been for the younger kids. But next month, like I say, we're getting Transformers, we're getting Bluey, we're getting Jungle, but we're getting Grinch. They're all a little bit more like the older sort of young, but for older kids focus games. So, stay with us, guys. We will be covering them all. We've got plans for the next couple of months already booked in, so looking forward to it. I can't wait to talk about Bluey, though. I'm so excited.
My god,
we're going to play that 4-player, I think, and hopefully it's really good. I hope it's as good as the show.
All right, so after you play with your family, you're gonna have to play with me, so I can.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I'm all up for it. Damn right, it'd be great. Yeah, but yeah, we've. There's loads, guys. I don't want to say all of the games out, like say, because we could be here all day talking about them. But check out Outright Games on whatever platform you're playing on, whether it be Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. These games are great for Switch, though. Like play them on the go. Steam as well, yeah. Play them on the go. Play them on the Steam Deck. I assume they'd work on the Steam Deck because they controller support. So.
Yeah.
They should work absolutely fine on Steam Deck as well. These games are perfect for younger kids. Like this one is aimed at a little older, but yet again, it tells you all the controls. Everything works great. So, have you got anything to suggest before we call it a night?
Well, I haven't played the second Peppa Pig. No. I'm just so excited for what's to come with OG. Like, there's so many things coming down the pike, and I feel like once those games start coming out, I'm gonna have a lot more to say with those.
Yeah. If your kids still like Paw Patrol, Meisuko, they'll really like this one. And yeah, Thimba, there is a third movie that has been announced and confirmed, even though the second one's coming out soon, this week, next week. It's coming out very soon, the new Paw Patrol movie.
It came out yesterday.
Came out yesterday. I don't know if it's out in England yet. It might be, but it's got Chris Rock in it.
Well, in the US, it came out yesterday.
So I saw the first one at the cinema with the kids, but yeah, having Chris Rock in, I was like, ooh, Paw Patrol with Chris Rock. Very interesting.
The cast is pretty insane. It's a lot of big names. But the cool thing is, You don't like, you know, a lot of times in animated movies, you recognize the voices.
Yeah,
Like with Mario, you knew it was Donkey Kong was Seth.
yeah.
But in this time, like I didn't realize the one voice was Kristen Bell, and I was like, oh, okay. Like they
Oh
did really
yeah.
good job in covering the hiding, like changing their voices.
I'll have to watch it at some point then. Yeah, my kids will enjoy it. We'll get a few hours out of it. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's been live in chat. It's always nice to see people here. It does give us a bit to sort of bounce off. Big shout out to everyone who listens to this after the fact as well. And if you do want to see more about this Paw Patrol World game, you can find like my 2-hour live stream of it on the XPN Network channel. I think it's my most watched game live stream ever. It's sitting at like 350 views at the moment. Like, just keeps going
Wow.
up. People keep watching it after the fact, even though it's a live stream. So people really love Paw Patrol.
It's
So
a good game.
I can't complain. But yeah, it's Bluey soon. Bluey.
I can't wait. I already have it pre-ordered. As
Oh,
soon as we got the announcement, like I obviously, you know, we can get the codes, but I always prefer physical. Dropped the pre-order immediately.
can't blame you. Can't. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, thank you for everyone who's watching. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Let us know what your favourite games are for your kids from Outright Games. And also check out the description below where you can find Megoobuh's social links. Do you want to tell people quickly where they can find you before we go?
Twitter or X, whatever we're calling it now, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all at Megoobuh. And my link tree is in the description too.
There you go. And next time we'll be talking about even more games. Be next month, end of October, so keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll announce it in advance. But other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.